Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Christiana. Today I'm talking about reasons why I don't believe in pre-trib rapture. Some people say that it doesn't matter when the rapture will happen, just be ready at any time, and that's true. We need to be ready because we don't know when God is going to invite us home, and accidents do happen. So anyone can be called to heaven at any time. So as Christians, we have to be ready at any time, and also we need to prepare other people. And but however, there are people that are still going to be alive to the time of the rapture. And if somebody is expecting the rapture to happen before the tribulation and they find themselves in the tribulation, they may end up taking the mark of the beast, thinking this is not really the mark of the beast, that the rapture hasn't happened yet, or they are still waiting for the rapture to happen pre-trib. So they may end up taking the mark of the beast. So that is why I think that it's important that we know when the rapture is going to happen. We don't know, nobody knows. Jesus said nobody knows the day or the time, but at least like we know the season, we know whether it's pre-trib or post-trib. So I think it's important to know, because if I find myself in the tribulation, I want to be ready for the tribulation. So I think it's important to talk about when the rapture is gonna happen. Just be ready is not enough. Okay, be ready. That's okay, but you also need to make up your mind when the rapture is gonna happen. Um, I used to be pre-trib, because growing up it was being preached to me that the rapture was gonna happen at any time, and Jesus was gonna come at any time. That was like 20 years ago. I didn't think I was gonna grow up to be this age with what I was told at that time. So I think a lot of people that preach pre-trib don't really understand what they're talking about. A few years ago, I decided that let me read the Bible for myself and let me make up my own mind. If I am pre-trib, it's because I read the Bible for myself, and that's what I believed. But as I did read the Bible, I came to the conclusion that I cannot really any longer be pre-trib. That is because of what I came to find out in the Bible. I came to find out that there really wasn't any like specific scriptures that back on the pre-trib narrative. You couldn't really find specific scriptures that supported that narrative. All the scriptures that were being used for pre-trib were scriptures that were implied. So what do I mean by implied? So when they use the scripture to say, because the scripture do not say this, that means it's pre-trib, or because it say this, that means it's pre-trib. So the scripture was not all the scriptures to me that are being used to support pre-trib rapture are not specific. They don't definitely say this is pre-trib. It's implied. For example, so I'm not gonna go through some of those scriptures, and I tell you why I don't believe that's what the scripture is saying. For example, recently I was listening to a man of God, and his first argument was that if you look at the book of Revelation, that the book of Revelation is kind of divided into three. The first three chapters talk about the church, and then 4 to 6 it talks about the church being in heaven. So chapter 1 to 5 kind of talks about the church, but from chapter 6 to chapter 19 there is no mention of the church. And then from chapter 19 onwards, you start to see the church in heaven again, with the marriage of the bride, So according to this man of God, or according to this, and I've heard not just him, I've heard other people also say that as well, that because the church is not mentioned in the book of Revelation from chapter 6 to chapter 19, that means the church is in heaven. To me, that is just not an argument. Because the church is not mentioned doesn't necessarily mean the church is in heaven. I can't base my life on something like that.